Hey there, fellow sports gamblers. It's Steel Picks for you with the 5 best NBA playoff prize picks and underdog free picks for today, May 12th. Before we get into today's picks, let's see what happened to us yesterday. Jalen Duren started out good, had 8 points and 2 rebounds to go under the 24.5 points and rebounds we said he'd go under. Tobias Harris had 16 points and 8 rebounds to go just below the 24.5 points and rebounds we said he would by a half point. And for the bizarre stat of the night, D Wade played 23 minutes and took one shot. He was 0 for 1 to go under the 0.5 3-pointers we said he'd go over. My Lakers fought hard. Rui Hachimura had 25 points and 5 rebounds to go over the 18.5 points and rebounds we said he'd go over. And Austin Reeves fought a little too hard with 27 points and 7 rebounds to go over the 26.5 points and rebounds we said he'd go under. It was a weird night of playoff hoops, but at the end of the day, 2 for 5 is not what we wanted. Let's see if we can't get together and put together an immaculate ticket for today. It's time to put on the Captain Obvious hat and just point to things that absolutely can't miss. First up, we have Jaden Daniels under 1.5 3-pointers. Why do we say this? Because in the playoffs, there have been 7 games where Jaden Daniels had no 3-pointers. Only 2 of the games has he had 1 3-pointer, and only 1 game has he had more than 1.5 3-pointers. Making our point pretty clear, pretty easy. Don't think that he's going to be able to do this in Game 5. It's going to be on the road. It's going to be a hostile environment. They were able to tie the series up 2-2. He's definitely going to be playing his fair share of minutes. As you can see during the San Antonio series, 35.5. Only 20 in Game 2, back-to-back 40-minute games in Games 3 and 4. Certainly expect him to play some minutes, but I also expect this game to be called very closely, given the fact that the game got a little physical and out of hand, with Victor Wembanyama actually getting ejected for throwing an elbow. So I definitely think that the referees are going to try and get this game under wraps pretty close, pretty quickly. Definitely expect Jaden Daniels to be under 1.5 3-pointers for all of the aforementioned reasons. And as you can see, Novig likes it as well, as they had him at the minus 138. Next up on the Captain Obvious Tour, Victor Wembanyama, under 18.5 field goal attempts. As you can see, during the playoffs, he's only done this one time. Game 2, he did get the concussion, so we're going to actually throw that out as kind of an outlier. And Game 4, he did get kicked out, so we're going to throw that out as a kind of an outlier as well. But as you can see, in the other 5 games, he has failed to go over 18.5 field goal attempts. Again, as I was saying with the Jaden Daniels pick, this game is going to be called very closely. They are not going to let it get to be very physical and out of hand. And I think for the most part, Victor Wembanyama is going to try and get his teammates involved as much as is humanly possible. As you can see, he's going to be playing a pretty good number of minutes. The high water mark being Game 1, where he played 40 minutes. In Game 3, the first game in Minnesota, he played 37. Game 2 was not particularly close. And Game 4, he got ejected. So those are a little bit of outliers with regards to how many minutes he's going to play. Certainly think that he's going to play enough minutes. But with regards to his field goal attempts, as you can see, they have been right about 17 for pretty much the entire playoffs, making a pretty good high percentage, but that's not really what we're looking for. We're just looking for him to take less than 18.5 field goal attempts. I think that he's definitely going to try and get his other teammates involved and is going to try and stay on the court as much as possible. It means that he's going to have to get everyone else playing well. And I think that Victor Wembanyama is going to go under 18.5 field goal attempts. As you can see, Prizepicks likes this as well at the minus 119. Next up on the Captain Obvious Tour, Rudy Gobert, over 1.5 first quarter points. As you can see, except for games 2 and 5 against Denver, he has done this in every other game. And as a matter of fact, he has done twice that in almost every game, 5 of the 10 playoff games that he has played in so far. And in every game against the San Antonio Spurs, he's been able to double that 1.5 first quarter points. See no reason for him not to be able to do that as well in Game 5. And in addition, as we were speaking of the physicality or lack thereof and the close proximity with which they're going to be calling fouls, given that they don't want this game to get out of hand, do expect that some of these guys are going to be going to the free throw line a little bit more than normal. Rudy Gobert being one of those. Not quite sure how he's going to handle that, but it gives us an opportunity to score without the time going off on the clock. As you can see with regards to minutes, in Game 4, he didn't play as many first quarter minutes as we might like, but he did play every minute in Game 2 and 11 minutes in Game 1. So certainly thinking that with this series being tied 2-2 and the Minnesota Timberwolves understanding the gravity of the situation, they're going to do their level-headed best to try and get out of San Antonio with a win and see if they can't get the series back to Minnesota up 3-2. So look for Rudy Gobert to be aggressive and look for the refs to look to all and make the game close. So I think that 1.5 first quarter points is pretty essential. I think he's going to make that with ease. And as a reminder, when you sign up using BETR with my promo code WINCASH, you'll receive 2 anytime tokens worth up to $100 each. And when you sign up with Novig using my STEELEWINS promo code and spend $5, you'll get a $50 bonus. And who can't use some extra cash when it comes to trying to make some extra cash with these prop picks that we're putting together for you guys? Good luck, everyone. Next up, Naz Reid over 6.5 rebounds. Again, with the Captain Obvious stuff. Only 2 games has he missed this the entire playoffs. That was Game 1 and Game 3 against Denver. And he has got this in every single game against San Antonio. And as a matter of fact, 3 of those 4 games he's had 9 rebounds, which is 3.5 over what we need. So see no reason that he won't continue that positive trend with regards to minutes played. As you can see, he's been pretty consistent. Only 1 game where he didn't play 30 minutes with regards to his handling of the San Antonio Spurs front court. I don't think that he's going to be able to do so. 7 defensive rebounds in 3 of the 4 games, 8 defensive rebounds in the other game. Look for him to be the Windex man, clearing boards, kicking out to Anthony Edwards, kicking out to Jaden McDaniels, kicking out to Julius Randle, try and do as much as he can to make things happen. Certainly thinking that Naz Reid can go over 6.5 rebounds. As you can see, Novig likes as well, as they have him at minus 136. And last but not least, the aforementioned Julius Randle, under 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Not quite as obvious as the other picks with regards to stats and analytics would tell you, because he's only done this in 7 of the 10 games, but that is still 70% of the time that he has done that. And in the San Antonio Spurs series, he has done that, as a matter of fact, not really cashing in very much on the assist side at all. 2 assists in Game 2, no assists in Game 3, and only 3 assists in Game 4. So roughly 1.5 assists the last 3 games. Game 1 was a little bit of an anomaly, the 21 assists. Great effort from him in that game. But look for Victor Wembanyama to be his dominant defensive player of the year self. I don't think that he's going to be giving a whole lot up with regards to points in the paint, which is kind of where Julius Randle likes to kind of make his mark. So definitely think that that's going to be a deterrent. And in addition, as I said before, I think the game is going to be called very closely. I would not be surprised if he got into a lot of foul trouble early. As you can see with regards to minutes, he's been playing pretty consistent minutes here. And in Game 4, where Victor Wembanyama was out after the second quarter, played 37.6 minutes, which was pretty high. But as far as 3 points made, not a whole lot to speak on there. As far as going to the free throw line, did not get to the free throw line at all in Game 4. I expect he'll get to the free throw line a few more times in Game 5 just because it will be called so tightly. But even when he's at the free throw line, not the greatest free throw shooter. As you can see, only 50% in Game 1. Pretty good in Game 3, actually. He was perfect. But with regards to most of his games, not really that high of a free throw percentage shooter. So not really going to take that too much into consideration. I like him to go under the 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So to recap, we have Jaden McDaniels under 1.5 3-pointers, Victor Wembanyama under 18.5 field goal attempts, Rudy Gobert over 1.5 first quarter points, Naz Reid over 6.5 rebounds, and Julius Randle under 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And in addition, my 3-leg parlay is Rudy Gobert over 1.5 first quarter points, Julius Randle under 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Naz Reid over 6.5 rebounds. That's my 5 picks for today. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the Steel Picks for You channel, and good luck, everyone.